For Tristan, what brought you to Arizona?
Yeah, just came on my visit. Love Coach B, love Coach O. Felt like they were moving in the right direction with the culture. Got to meet some of the guys. Just felt like a good home fit. So it's pretty easy for me.
What was the ultimate deciding factor for you?
I think just after getting to meet some of the guys on my visit and like understanding that winning was a big priority and something that everybody was already bought into, and there was a lot of people upset about kind of the way things went, and so I was excited to be a part of that and just jump into something where everybody was willing to grind to work and get after it.
Alex, the team brought in a ton of new players on the offensive line. You're one of the few guys that returns with experience. How do you look at this as competition for your own position, in addition to beefing up everything else?
No, especially since these guys came in, it's been like we're all together. Like we're a very tight knit group. We're not here at the facility. We're all hanging out. So it's more like we all progress together.
Alex, this is obviously a different offensive system than what you ran last year. Coach Oglesby said that a lot of the principles of offensive line play are the same no matter what the system is. But what are the biggest differences that you've noticed as far as the offensive line part of it goes?
Just a lot more time on the field. I think a lot more running around. I think the past 2 weeks we've been using it to get our conditioning up. It's like the most I could say. Biggest difference.
And then for Ty and Tristan, what has it been like adjusting to this no-huddle, fast-paced offense?
Speaking for myself, I sort of came from like a tempo offense, so it's really, I'm doing the same thing to be honest, and it's nice to go into the same offense at a different program.
Yeah, very different for me. We're a lot of huddle, 13 personnel, very different world, but Coach Stagey's awesome, brings a lot of energy, and it's great to get to play for a guy like that. So, I'm happy to be a part of it, and it's a little more tiring at practice, but we definitely get to see has the same effect on the defense. So, later in games, if we're in good shape, it's going to be great for us. I think it'll be super beneficial.
And for Tristan, how would you summarize your college career up to this point?
Very thankful for Michigan, everything that they did for me. I'm a national champion. It's great, but excited to be here. New leaf, start fresh, and get after it with these guys.
Michael and Ryan? For anybody, one of the things that coaches have talked about is being able to execute even when you're tired. What is the biggest factor that goes into that? Is it just a mental thing? How do you kind of overcome fatigue to still perform your best?
Big mental thing, especially when we're out there for a while, hot sun out there. We have to be able to perform technically as well as we did the first play we were out there.
That's it. And do you have to sort of train yourself?
It took a while. It took a few practices to get used to it. The first few we puked, definitely, but I feel like now we definitely got a better handle on it. We're all in it together, so when one guy's down, we pick each other up, make sure we get back on the ball.
Just fall back on your technique, fall back on the stuff you're coached to do, and just go as hard as you can. Try and mentally lock into what you're doing. Like Tu said, just lean on the guys next to you. It's a unit, so we're all going to pick each other up.
Ty, correct me if I'm wrong, are you vegetarian or vegan?
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian. How long ago did you decide to do that, and how does that impact you, or do you feel like you're missing anything with the protein and all that with the position you play?
I've been vegetarian my whole life actually, so my whole family's vegetarian as well. And from an outside perspective, it can kind of look like how's this guy on the O-line being vegetarian, but it's my lifestyle now. I'm used to it, so it's not really any challenges for me at all.
These guys give you any grief for it?
Yes.
It's all fun. It's all fun and games. Yeah.
You ever tried to get them to try a vegetable?
I have. Yeah.
I tried the tofu.
Yeah, I'm not a big tofu guy.
I tried it. It wasn't my favorite. I'm going to stick with steak, but give it a shot.
So Alex, Big Jonah is going to get drafted here next month. What was it like being teammates with him, and just what do you think about his skill set translating to the next level?
He really taught me what it's like to be a starting offensive lineman, how to act, how to treat your other teammates. Just how to perform well in stressful situations. I mean, almost every single game, like no matter how down we were, Jonah was always just level-headed, there to make sure that we were there to keep playing.
And then what can you say about Rhino's leadership during this time while he's off to the side?
He's a very vocal guy. Even though he's like, he can't really work out with us, he makes sure that we're all on our assignments, we're all not slacking off. And he's done an amazing job at it. He's a really great teammate.
He's talking about vocalness and leadership. Noah said that he wanted to work on being more vocal this season and in training camp and spring ball. What have you seen out of Noah compared to last year and in spring so far this year?
I think he's definitely accomplished that goal. I mean, especially with his O-line, like he talks to us all the time. Like he asks us how we're doing, if we need water, if we need a break. He makes sure we're on the right path. I think he's the right leader for our offense.
Michael and Justin. For each of you, who's the defensive lineman that you go up against the most, whether that's in one-on-ones or team settings, and what is the battle like with that player?
For us tackles, it's usually Trey or Dom, and iron sharpens iron, and I'm excited to practice against those guys every day because I think they're great edges, and they're only going to make us better.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Is it the same guys?
Yeah, so it's because they flip sides and we're flipping sides right now, so it's one of those two. But like he said, both really good edges. Good to get to compete against really good players. Make everybody better.
I'd say I go against Tia the most, and he is just hard to move. He's a huge guy. He's very powerful. Besides him, I'd say Julian Savanaya. He's super strong, but he's way faster, and I feel like he gets off the ball super quick. And I haven't gone against Deshaun too much, but he's got some really good moves too.
Tristan, are you able to talk about how you got the gap in your tooth?
Yeah, for sure. To make a long story short, I had my teeth knocked out when I was younger. Kind of just put them back. And then in the spring game at Michigan last year, I got it knocked loose again. Kind of came out like a week later. And I just have kind of been rocking it. So these guys tell me it's my look, but I've had teeth for 21 to 23 years, so I'm ready to get it fixed. But
Just leaning into the look.
yeah, just until I get it fixed, nothing I can do about it. Might as well love it.
And are you from the DC area?
Yeah,
What was life like growing up in Maryland?
I personally loved it. It's been a little bit of a change being out here in the desert. Grew up like right on the river, and then obviously being in Michigan, there's lakes everywhere. So I was on the water a lot, but love the DMV. It's a good spot for me to grow up. A lot of competitive football out there.
I'm sure a lot of people have asked you, but what's Jim Harbaugh like as a coach?
Amazing. I love that dude. Big part of why I went to Michigan. Super sad to see him go when I was still there. But yeah, nothing but great things to say about Coach Harbaugh. Unbelievable person, unbelievable coach.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.